Hey guys,
Sorry.
welcome back to Chat with Charlie. For our special guest today, we have Chrxn, who I knew for ages, actually, funny enough, because I used to serve him in my work. But it took a few months before I realised that he makes music as well, and he's pretty good at it. So hello to everyone, Chrxn.
Hello, Saturday man, you right?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So I think for me, what sort of draws me in, what I think makes you stand out, is you sort of use of characters in all of your music videos. So
Mm.
is it Now in a Minute? Is the most recent one. You got the you got
Yeah.
all these like caricatures. I know a lot of people will be listening just through audio. So if you can sort of explain the process behind them and how they
Well,
came about.
basically, most of them are just like bike helmets that I've like paper mache like characters from Alice in Wonderland, basically like the caterpillar, the cat, the rabbit. I made myself. I mean, just that's about it basically.
Mm.
And then like I made a Mad Hatter outfit and everything. Just made it all just cheap as chips, really. It's easier to make it at home rather than go out and spend loads of money. And when
Mm.
you're spending loads of money on it, you're just going to end up buying something that somebody else has bought down the line anyway, and probably used in some sort of music video. And
Mm.
yeah, it doesn't look original, does it?
No, but it does make you stand out because I think most people who listen to this are like sort of hip hop heads and all that. And I mean, I'm not disrespecting it, but a lot of like, especially like drill music videos, the visuals are quite similar. So sort
Yeah,
of,
they are, man. Like
mm,
this is what I was on, man. I was doing grime at one point, and I was trying to like figure out like a way to go in music. And I was like, every time I was asking one of the boys, "Do you want to be in a video?" and they were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." It comes to the day, no one wants to be in it. Everyone either thinks they're going to incriminate themselves in some way, or they think everyone's going to point and laugh at them. And if they've got a
mm,
mask on, they think someone's going to recognize them somehow from the way they walk.
yeah,
It's just hard, man. So it's a gathering it all together. So fair play to drill artists who get their mates to get shit together because they're real mates. Do you get
yeah,
me?
yeah.
Do
No,
you get me? Yeah.
I feel that, and I think as well, like you were saying about people thinking, oh, they're gonna recognize me or make fun. He's like, oh, he's in a music video. Like, I think we're both in the same sort of page where we feel okay making fun of ourselves for music
Yeah.
videos.
Yes, that's the whole point of it, really, isn't it? Like, do you get me? Because I know it sounds stupid. There's always going to be conflict everywhere, man. So like, whether one person likes something and someone disagrees with it, it's always going to happen, man. It's no
Yeah,
matter where you are, like, no matter where you are, who you are, like someone's going to disagree with it. So,
mm,
do you know what I mean? It just depends. If you take it on the chin, or you can just take it to heart. And then if you take it to heart, it's going to end up miserable. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah.
so,
You got to be able to have fun with it as well. I forget what the exact quote was. I remember someone was saying that you've got to be willing to do something that no one else is willing to do if you want
yeah.
to be different from everyone else, type of thing.
Yeah, it's true. I sound stupid. Like I used to have this argument with my grandfather randomly, and out of all people, like he's big into cars and that, and he's like every time I told him about music, he's just been like, "Oh, what's the point? What's the point?" And I said, "I'm like, no one decided to make a car.
Hmm.
We'd be just on a horseback right now."
Yeah,
Do you get me? And if no one decided to make that catalyst decision just to be like, I'm gonna do this, like
hmm.
things wouldn't change, and we'd be stuck in caves. Like, do you get me? We'd be stuck in caves on fires. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, if you don't change,
And it's like, back to that, like, you got to stand out, especially nowadays. There's so
yeah,
many artists in competition. Like, you got to think like, why would somebody want to listen to like Charlie J's music, my music, over somebody else, or why would someone listen to your music over somebody else? You got to give them a reason. You got to make it stand
exactly, yeah,
out. And like,
yeah.
this day and age, everything's so visual. So obviously, props to you to have that. And like when it
It's
comes to your promotion as well, I always find that's interesting because you sort of do the memes with it as well,
yeah.
which kind of helps.
Originally, like you give me that idea, man. You give me that idea.
Oh, good, yeah.
You give me that idea. We're chatting in Tesco's and basically, you said it before, and I was like, that's what give me the ideas with the video, man.
Mm,
Like I was sitting there, and I was like, right, I could either take this full seriously
mm,
and like make it a serious, like just have a serious vibe to me.
mm,
And then if someone takes the piss, I'm gonna have to react seriously. Like, do you get me?
mm,
I'm gonna have to be serious. And I was like, what's the point? If I sit there making jokes and make it funny,
mm.
everyone else who laugh points at me like, look at this dickhead. And I'm like, well, that's the point.
Yeah,
Do you get me? You're like, yeah, thank you. You're doing me a favor. I think I look like a dickhead as well. That's the whole point I'm doing it. Like, do you get me?
yeah.
So it's funny.
Yeah, it's got to be like that. I mean, funny enough, I think that
Yeah.
brings me back to I don't know if you are you a big Childish Gambino fan?
Not much of a fan, man.
But when he was releasing Because the Internet, he actually created like a character, even in his interviews and stuff. I'm not sure how many people
Yeah.
know this, but like he changed his whole persona for it. It became his character, which is called the Boy,
Yeah.
and he actually took his interviews in a certain way that sort of fitted with the character that he made for Because of the Internet, which I thought was kind
Yeah,
of
good.
cool. I think that's
Yeah,
kind
that
of
is good.
sick. Yeah.
It's like a gorillas, man. It's like I'm
Mm.
pretty sure I'm not 100% on this. I seen something the other day, and like I'm not into them that much. I like them some of the music, but
Yeah.
I've never really been into the backstory and that. And like one of them's from Blur. I'm pretty sure it's the singer of Blur, and like
No.
that's just it's a band that is, man. And I just sat there
Yeah.
and I thought to myself, I was just like, he literally apparently admitted, he was like, I can't really be in the serious, like, you know, be in the soft type of music. I like in the music I'm making now. I can't like talk about this other thing without people being like, well, that's not him. That's not him. So he created like an alter ego.
Yeah.
And then eventually it just came with a backstory of like his eyes got poked out or some stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it just went from there. And like, I know it sounds stupid, but it's the best way to do it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have like something to latch onto. I think, and when
yeah,
there's just
man.
more layers to it, because I think I probably spoke about it before, but I feel like a lot of people's favorite artists, they almost feel like they could at least go to the pub and have a pint with them. Like they feel like they know them.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
Yeah, I get, yeah. You notice it. People defend them like they're like, no, I know
Yeah,
them. I know them. I'm
yeah,
stand back. Like, don't say this about my friends.
I
It's
know.
bad as well.
But that's what it goes. That's what it goes like, and I feel like
Yeah.
especially as upcoming
It's good. It's
artists.
good though. They can connect the artist that much though. Really deep down in it, it is
Yeah,
good. Like,
I remember like when I released my second single, and I was still in school, and to be honest, I look back now, it wasn't that great. But I actually remember
yeah,
somebody said, "Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about it," and then people were like, "Nah, it's a good song. You can't say that." I was just like, "Oh
yeah, man.
man,
Like,
yeah,
funny man. Like,
mm,
me and Crafty have got songs on the internet, man, from like 2000, like I think it was like 2014 or things like that, man. Whoa, bro, they're terrible. Well,
mm,
they're good, like, but they're cringy, like. Do you mean? It's hard work, man. It's hard work. Looking back on past projects, sometimes I mean like, oh, like I look back on my SoundCloud rapper phase, and when I green in, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
what are you doing? What are you doing, like? Do
yeah,
you get me?
mm,
And this, yeah, decisions.
yeah." No,
It's hard work, man.
it's a hard hard graft.
No,
I suppose.
it's good though, man.
Mm,
It's good to like grow as an artist and understand
mm,
like what fits you. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I think the other thing that's sort of a limiting factor though is always funding. Um, So when it comes to like how like I fund my career, I've been fortunate to, I think a few people know I do make a little bit of money now selling like rap verses online,
Mm.
and obviously like my current job is what funds my music as well. But yeah, how about yourself? Like, how do you go about funding your music?
Most of the time, I choose the income I got because I've got PTSD, man, so I'm sick. So
Mm.
basically, I use that to like to keep myself rather than just sitting in the house and becoming one of them like I hate saying this, but like generic like sits on a sofa or watches TV all day. Like, do you get me?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't really want to fall into that category. Like even
Mm.
if I have PTSD, I can't. I just rather create. So
Mm.
it's the whole point of. Sounds stupid. There's like people out there who like spend like £200 on weed, and then they'll sit there and be like, "Oh, I've smoked it now. What have I got? Nothing." And then like, I'll spend it on like things that I can go look back on, and then be like, "Oh, well, that was the laugh, wasn't it?" And then
Yeah.
there it is. Do you get me? There it is. Like it's there forever for everyone to see, for everyone to hear, for me to pass on. It's never gonna be like gone. Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
So just the way it's doing. But yeah. But then bits and bobs, and then bits and bobs.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So
You
yeah.
don't need to say anything else. But yeah, because you got kittens now. That keeps you busy as well.
Oh, yeah, I got kittens. Yeah, but I got 5 kittens, a dog, a terrapin, and a tarantula, and a cat.
Yeah,
And
there you go.
it's hectic, man.
I
It's
wish
hectic.
I wish you could like obviously as I said before, a lot of people will be listening to Spotify. It'd be great to bring them all up and be like, here's the tarantula, here's the terrapin.
Bro, I wanted to do a music video when I had my quiff and all that before I shaved my head. I was like, oh, I want to do an Ace Ventura music video.
Mm.
I was like, it'd be brilliant. I just think I was like, oh, so many pets. I was like, it's worth it. I was like, I know so many people with so many random pets. But I was like, oh, this could be done. Like, do you get me? Well, one of the boys got a pigeon,
Yeah.
So I was gonna like genuinely get the pigeon to be somewhere and be like, whoo, 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 and chasing this pigeon. Like, do you get me?
Yeah.
But I was like, it's gonna be such hard work to coordinate animals in a music video.
True. But you've
it's-
also got to consider, like, obviously, for the people who haven't seen your music video for Rot, that was the stop motion animation that you filmed and you put together. And in a sense, I'm just pinging ideas off the wall now. Because I used to do stop motion animations myself. I used to get like Alien and Predator figures, and some of them were actually customized.
That's what I wanted to do, man. Like, couldn't have any. I haven't got any. And I was like, oh, blue tack.
I know. So I used to get like epoxy resin, and I have like a Dremel tool and stuff, and you could like customize them in certain ways.
Yeah,
so,
that's cool.
I got like a few like custom Predators and custom Alien figures. But what you could do, I suppose, in a sense, is you could buy like even just a generic person, like a 6-inch person, who's articulated so that all their legs and their arms can move. And
I was thinking about it.
Yeah, and you can you can make yourself with with the epoxy resin and put your tattoos and stuff. Little mini Chrxn. And if you could do it right, you could almost have that interacting with your pets.
Yeah. The best part about it is but I'm not sure if you've seen this, but I used to watch this all the time as a kid. There's I think it was called Spider-Man Goes to McDonald's or something like that.
No, I didn't see that.
It's like it's a YouTube video, it is, man. Some Welsh guy made it, and he's like, it's a stop motion animation with Spider-Man. Spider-Man does his GCSEs. Plug in that, man. Spider-Man does his GCSEs all day. Spider-Man does his GCSEs. Yeah, basically, some Welsh guy doing voiceovers on a stop motion animation he does with Spider-Man and a couple of other wrestlers. Yeah, and that's like what give me the idea of it. And I thought about it. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I wanted to get like a wrestler and then like paint over the wrestler. Because some wrestlers, they have better joints than most guys. I know it sounds stupid. Most guys are just like, wrestlers are quite flexible compared to most. And they've got like holes in their feet. So you can just plop them into things and that. It just, makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
But I had that idea you had, man. And I was running around the house and then like, I remember Mr. Dad Blue Tack. And I was just like, literally just like, let me have mine. I'll buy some more. Let me have mine. And then I found a toy of a bunny. And I was like, right, I'm taking your head. And then, went from there. There was no script. There was no script to the entire thing. It was just like, just went along with it. It was literally just, shit, what can I do now? Oh, yeah, you can jump up this way. You can turn around. His head can be doing, thinking what was possible to do with it. Because in reality, it wasn't even a music video. It was just something I was doing when I was stoned. And then I was like, this is actually quite good. And then I was like, oh, I'll put it with a song to see if it fits. And it just so happened to fit. And then I was like, boom. I had some like the titles over bits and bobs overlay in there. I had the effects overlay in there. Just did it all on my phone, to be honest. Like,
oh, nice.
And then just put it up on YouTube. And then, like, to be honest, they had because I couldn't really pay for promotion on my my songs and that. Like a bun paying for views. Anyone who pays for views, don't pay for views. You're a faker. Anyway, paying for promotion. Sorry, I had to say that as well.
It's fine.
Paying for, I was like I said, because I couldn't pay for promotion. I was like, I realized now. I was like, I'm gonna have to go a bit more creative with my actual like ideas, because I can't just do normal videos, because I'm not gonna get in as many get as many people watching it. Do you get me? So like, all the little hobbies that I've picked up from primary school onwards, anything like that, just like paper mache, all them things. I just thought like they're gonna come in handy. So I just started doing that. And, like the Mad Hatter coat from the Now in a Minute video is actually the coat from the reporter in ink.
Yeah.
And all I've done is just got a pot of paint, put half of it with water, mixed it up, and turned it into like just watered down paint. Soaked it in it and then dried it out, so it was just basically dyed, like very fake, like very badly dyed, because like hell was I buying anything else. And then like just painted the rest with watered down paint, and then it's perfect. Just looks like a Mad Hatter jacket now, and still flexible, so it works.
That's good.
My funds are going downhill, so I'm like, right, I've got to think of like the most creative ways to like keep this going, and then as soon as the money comes back, just back with the high quality videos, and then keep all the people who love high quality videos happy.
Yeah, because it's an interesting one, especially when it comes to like, I don't know if you've ever applied for funding, especially like the funding that you got, like the Welsh music stuff.
I've been on courses for it, but to be honest, I was just a little yob when I was a kid, so I just bounced out of it halfway through. I just never got around to it, like, and yeah.
I know some of the fundings, some of it's aimed at under 25-year-olds. Because how old are you now then?
25.
25. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you're coming to the sort of the limit of that. I'm not sure because I know PRS do some funding because I'm not sure like what royalties you got.
To be fair, I've been thought about this when me and Carl, my crafty, were younger.
Yeah.
We just to get off school, we did youth work at a primary school, and we taught rap in a primary school in Litchard in Bridgend.
Yeah.
We just didn't get out of school, to be fair, and like that made me think, and I was just like, to be honest, the way I chat to some people, I'm like, I sound like a youth worker as it is. So it's just like it's not a bad way to go. Youth worker. It's not one of them typical ones.
Yeah, funny enough, when I've actually done youth work before. I volunteered at some like youth places, and also when I was younger, I used to go to one up in Morecambe where I used to live called More Music. So shout out to More Music, they're amazing, and some of the teachers there, they were great. That's actually one of the ways I started actually rapping, was because they were encouraging me there. Like to do it more, to freestyle like I can freestyle, was because they put me in positions where I was like, right, okay, cool, here's a beat, rap. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, go on, you gotta rap. And then I got a freestyle. So, you know, it's definitely something you can do. And it also enables you to make good connections and networks as well. Because if a bigger artist picks up, is like, right, cool, I want to give back to the community, where am I going to go? I'm going to go to this youth centre. Here's Chrxn, he's teaching kids how to rap.
Okay. When I was younger, like me and Crafty started, like, we're basically MCing together, like, and then when we were like, I can't remember, I think we were like 14, 15, something maybe younger, and we bumped into Jamie Winchester from Play It Loud Studios. So basically, he was like, oh, come Newport, and then kept going Newport. Then ever since then, he was just going Newport every weekend, and then we were working with the youth thing, Urban Circle, and probably just down there, like, to be honest, we're down there like more than we were in our house, to be honest, man. We were just down Newport all the time, and like we've done so much to the youth thing, man. It was good, man. It was good to like, you know, I'd like to get involved with it now, like, but you know what I mean? It's awkward.
Yeah, nice. It's always good. But yeah, when it comes like obviously back to the funding, I just sort of backtrack a little bit because it's separate. You can actually apply for like grants from certain organisations for your music.
I'm sure.
I've not been successful for any funding so far. So when it comes to actual financial support, but it is something you can do. So I know that Horizons, which is like a project, I don't think there's an age limit on that. You can apply for up to £2,000, and you can use that to fund your music career. And there was a thing called Levels Up as well, which was another like funding application. I keep my eye out for all these different things because financially is where I feel like, you know, I need that little bit of support sometimes. Especially, you know the cost of music videos and everything involved with that, promo. Yeah, even marketing campaigns for singles themselves.
I suppose everyone's seeing this a legitimate business now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's also an interesting one though, because I think the focus of who spends the money has changed nowadays. I feel in today's sort of society and media, it's kind of become more you pay to get exposure rather than talent. I think that's I've noticed that.
Like me and Crafty have talked about it before. We were saying that I don't know, like when we were younger, like obviously we never, like, most of the Cardiff scene really didn't take us seriously in that, because obviously we were from the valleys, and like our probably wordplay wasn't even the best, flows weren't even the best, and like I forgot I was going with this now. Jesus. But basically, what was I saying?
About talent.
What I was saying now.
About talent.
Oh yeah, and we were talking about how like a scudder now will like overtake someone who's getting a reload. Do you get me?
Yeah.
So it's like not. it's not even so much. It's not even like it's not talented, because I believe I'm really into drill. That's all I listen to majority of the time is drill. Like, but I don't know how to put it. It's like nowadays, like I don't know how to put it, man. It's like it's not so much. Well, because I think about it, style goes in circles, doesn't it? Like I think about it, fashion goes in circles. So everything's in, grunge comes back, everything comes back and forth. So, like me and Carl were talking about the fact of it, even if you are with the best MC on the planet, that doesn't mean you're going to make it. That doesn't mean you're going to make it, for the fact, because you might not have the money behind you, you might not have the support behind you, and
networks, connections.
That is exactly, and that is sad to see.
And it's like like I was saying about the focus of change who pays, like with my work that I've been doing, a lot of the time, a lot of the inquiries are people who've written lyrics, or they've written not written beats, but made beats, and they want someone to perform it, or they want someone to like push it, or you pay to be put on a playlist, or you pay for this influencer to share your work. When in the past, the people who were creating the content or writing, they would be the ones getting paid. You'd be like, right, we have this artist, we have to pay this person to write the best song. But now it's like, well, you want exposure,
everyone's
you want to pay me.
Yeah, everyone's realized now that they can, like, I know it sounds stupid, that you can be big just for being you. You don't even have to be big for being music. You'll see this like amongst the scene. Like, I mean, there'll be someone who is just well known by everyone. Everyone gets along with them. Like, you can bring out a song and this is hypothetical, but then someone's not like, they're not the best with wordplay, and they can barely flow on beats, but everyone in the area is supporting them because they're the popular person. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Exactly.
So it's the whole point of you can take for example, like I say to my girlfriend all the time, I always say, like, most of these people before Love Island, if it wasn't for Love Island, did you hear of them? She's like, most of them, no. I'm like, what are they actually big for? And they're like, well, they just do this. And I'm like, they're just big for being themselves.
Yeah.
They're just big for being themselves. And like, it's just like, we're in a world now where you don't even have to be a brand to be like, well, you can market yourself as a brand, rather. Like back in the day, it was like, say someone who wanted to become like a photographer, they'd literally they'd make themselves a brand. Someone who's MC and make themselves a brand. Nowadays, anyone's just a brand. Like because of like social media, everyone's like realizing they're reaching it. So it's the whole point of, like, I know it sounds stupid. There could be someone out there who's just really popping off in another part of the world and then gets stupid amount of likes on their picture. And then they're going to start to realize, like, oof, I'm posting people and things that are only getting like 12 likes. And I'm sitting here on my arse and I could make money from this. It's the same as like, I don't know, probably like being a backyard welder, and then somebody randomly pops up and says, oh, I know you don't actually do this as like for profit, you just do it in your back garden, but can you fix this for me? Something is going to trigger there and be like, yeah, but it's not for free, bro, because do you get me? And then it turns into a business, and do you get me? And it just keeps going like that.
Yeah.
Just out of it, man.
Lots of ways to make money from it, but yeah, it's just it's just an interesting thing for me to see how it's all changed, social media, and what people prioritize on. But I think it's definitely one of those things where you move with the times and you get forgotten. I think that's that. You can either complain about these like, oh, this person does nothing, but blah 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 blah, or you can be like,
that's what I say, man. I say, think about it. Have you ever played rap around your grandfather or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
They do not consider it as music. They're like, no. And that is what we sound like sitting there saying, that's talentless. That's what we'll sound like if you don't get with the times to be like, look, I understand how in our generation this might not have been as classed as the most like intelligent thing. But right now, like, there is levels to it. It's like, I know it sounds stupid. Have you heard the term, you can't judge a frog on its ability to climb a tree? Like,
yeah, I think it was a fish. Yeah.
Like a fish, that's the one. Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's always like a monkey, you can climb a tree all day. Like a fish, gonna be like, oh, and like you can't sit there and be like, oh my god, that fish is stupid because it can't climb a tree. At the end of the day, it's only been, it's a fish. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's the whole point of like, if certain people are like, you kept a kid in a room and only taught them 10 words and then told them to write a song, you bet your mum that those 10 words are gonna get used up.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So it's the whole point of like, it's what they're given, and like the fact that what they're given is so little and they're still making it, which is good. Like, it's the fact of creativity, even if it is a little amount, is still creativity. Like, do you get me? Whether it's bloody like defacing something, it's it's still like, what's it called? If you, like, think about it, defacing. If you deface art, man, that's still art. Do you get me? You just collabed with that artist. Do you get me?
Remix the painting.
Yeah, that's all you've done. That's all you've done. It's like even if like I was gonna pray if it's splatter from a bit of paint on it by accident, or I just accidentally collabed with that something. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, creativity.
Yeah, no, it's always an important sort of factor. But yeah, I'm not sure if you can because we've got live shows coming up.
I'm not even 100% where the venue is yet, but some guy, Rob Del Terra, basically is like I've got going up to Blackpool or something to do a
Blackpool.
Event. Yeah,
Do you remember
Trek.
Do you remember Blackpool Grime?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, big time. Like, bro, like we were speaking about this. Like, you know, people are famous for being themselves now. Like, when I can't remember, I think it's Aspen. Like, I don't think she MCs anymore. And like, bro, man, she just said, like, I'm pretty sure someone's got her like Snapchat. And she's like, well, "Do you want to buy this product? Do you want to buy this product? Do you want to buy this product?" Bro, that like just backs up the point we were just talking about.
Yeah, but it's back to like the live show stuff. Like, I've noticed this recently. I'm not sure if you have or not, but more and more artists seem to just be using backing tracks for their performances and not bothering to learn the lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you feel about that. I think I want to hear your opinions first.
Funny enough, this is what I was thinking about just now before we started this. I basically, I'm really bad. I'm already coordinated with my beats and my stems, and I just lose stuff. So like this, yeah, basically, like I might have to do an actual, instead of doing like, you know, just doing it live on the beat, I might actually have to do it against the track. And like I'm fuming. I'm fuming, man. Like I think with certain genres and certain type of vocals, like fair enough, man. Fair enough, because sometimes, like, I know it sounds stupid, you can't just. Well, it'd be better if you could access those vocals there and then, like quickly, and keep it on and keep it up. But it's like some people who like rap at double time, like they can't actually like keep that up. Do you get me? Some of them will actually do it 8 bar for 8 bar when they record. Do you get me? So then when they're doing it, like they're not going to be able to keep up with themselves. Where that's not going to make themselves look good. So I agree with it to an extent. Do you get me?
I might sound like a grandpa here. I'm not going to lie. I can understand.
No, I agree with it. I know you. I feel like I know what you're going to say, but I agree with it. Like, do you get me? I agree with you, man.
I know, and like again, each to their own. But I can't really knock someone for using a backing track in a sense that there's nothing stopping you from doing it, and you can, you know, it's fun, whatever, great. But every single time the artist who goes out his way or her way to learn all of their raps, to sing it just with the beat and actually use their vocals and make a presence of that, will stand out every single time.
I get what you mean, yeah. Because it sounds a lot better, doesn't it?
And like,
but
I know what you mean.
What I used to do.
Going.
What I used to do is when I was younger, I had to do grime because because I smoke so much. Like I found up like keeping up, my lungs weren't keeping up.
Yeah.
So like I thought, I was like, what I'll do is I'll use the ad libs, keep the ad libs on the track, get the normal track, and then just get the beat with the ad libs on it.
Yeah.
Quietly. So like you can, it's like it basically just stabilizes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I tend to have like ad libs in the background, and I might have like a double on the chorus. So
that's better.
But I think like every time, like when I've performed, usually my vocals is still the loudest thing. I'll make sure that if there is a backing on the chorus, it is quieter. But that'll be because it's just like vocal layering. I tend to layer my vocals in my tracks so as to get closer to that. I do. But like I say, I just think every single time, like again, I went to a gig in Newport, Valley's Takeover event. I'm speaking more on like rap stuff. I think if you do melodic stuff, it's different. I think that's different. Like Travis Scott, if you can't afford an auto-tune plug-in live, use a backing track, sing along with it. That's okay. That's different. But when it comes to people rapping, like Man Like Vision, he did not have a backing track when he rapped. And it makes the guy's incredible. I always pick him up.
It brings more to the talent, man, because it's
just
I know it sounds stupid. Yeah, it's the fact that you can just recite it and just do it. It's the fact of like if someone really sat there and tapped their fingers in the right tempo, you could do it again anytime you wanted. Anytime, drop that.
And
but then if someone was like, "Go on, do a performance," you're like, "All right, plug this in. All right, yeah, we'll go in." Do you get me? But it's like the whole point of like, you can literally just like, do it from that end.
And you got to think. Someone comes up to you right now and they're like, "Right, Chrxn," like, let's say like a big rapper comes up to you. It's like, "Chrxn, spit a verse." Are you going to be ready for that?
Yeah. Well, it depends.
You know, it's almost like spit a verse, and I'm just like,
sense or nonsense, like.
Someone comes up to me again. It depends on the artist, but like, I like my verse solo. I'm like, "Wet and warm, so hit and slide. She said that she missed my vibe. Looking so bright like Christmas lights. And a kiss at Christmas time. Pick up my phone, like link that line, and I can just go. You know, I know these verses, and I know I need to learn more because I've not done shows for a while.
I have them in a chamber. I get really, man. Me and Kraft used to do this. We'd write, but when we were in a little, whatever we want to call it, called agenda before we were in TEM. And like we used to just like write tunes, and then we'd also write multiple 16s to have for this precise like thing. Like, you know what I mean? We'd have like ones in the chamber. So if we ever went somewhere and they were like, "Look, drop a bar," we'd be like, "Whoa, there we go."
Yeah.
So I got one grime 16, and like, bro, I just can't. Like I think I wrote it like last year, man, and I don't even think I put them out. So like I just sit there every now and again and using them, and like, yeah, they're getting old now, man.
Yeah, and
they're
like I do struggle sometimes to learn verses. I can freestyle as well, and I can do that quite well. I'm not sure what your freestyle abilities are. Are you good at coming off the top?
With my type of hip hop, yeah, just because I'm good at chatting shit. So I mean, like I can listen. It's melodic, like it fits on beat. It's melodic. It doesn't make sense. But sometimes it does, which is all that counts. Like, but same with my music. To be fair, like if you analyze my music, I'm just chatting shit.
Yeah. So like again, my freestyle ability is decent. So if someone had like a cipher right now, and I didn't have a verse that I knew that I could spit on it, I could just freestyle to it, and that'd be great. You know, we did a cipher with Larynx back in it was like a month or two ago, and yeah, just over a month ago. And like I just remember the beat was playing, and after I spat my verse, we just sat around. I'm just freestyling about everything like around us, and it's cool. It's a good talent to have. But I've always been a fan of like proper. Like I think of all the best performers I've seen live. Like any other genre, like you would not go to a rock concert and see Foo Fighters. Like you wouldn't see Dave Grohl with a backing track.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
so that's why that's like the sort of the stance I come from. Again, melodic rappers have used a lot of auto-tune.
It's not defending our case, is it? It's not defending our case. There's so many people in this world who run around shouting that rap isn't like a talented music, and then like we just added fuel to that fire by adding a backing track away, like just added fuel to it, like we just did. Do you know what I mean? So I probably will do it in certain ones because I'm not gonna lie, I might have lost beats over time. But that's all it is. But like, yeah, from now on, like I realized this. Like I said, I got someone asked me for a radio rip, and I was like, I couldn't find the stems, and I was like someone from Cardiff Radio asked me to put it on Cardiff Radio, like said to us, can you send over a radio rip? And I was like, oh, that's awkward. So we had to like reverse, like obviously all the swearing and all the like drug references, and it was just half the song sounded distorted, and like it's just not.
When it comes to live performance, though, have you ever thought about performing it over a different beat?
Oh, I know it sounds stupid, man, but like I used to write to different beats, but now I've just like stuck to writing to the same beat and spitting the same bars to the same beat because like I find that I know it sounds stupid, just knowing like my tone and my whole demeanor when I'm spitting the bars like changes with the beat. Yeah, like depending 100%. like Perfect Circle, man. Like I've been struggling like hell to find a beat that makes me like give that much energy and like is like happy. It's happy. Do you get me? Whereas every other beat I find, it just makes it come out groggy. And do you get me? It's like if I find another beat, I'll never. I don't know where, man. I can't find the same one that fits the same. Don't want to say emotion, like because it's not even emotion. It's just attitude. Like, you know what I mean?
It is that. I think with people, a lot of people don't realize that there is like a sort of melodic aspect to rap where you sort of need to rap it in the same key as the song in a sense. It's only subtle, but that can happen. But I just think back to, I think back to like when I saw Anderson .Paak the Three Nationals in 2017 for Part Life, and it's literally like a top 2 performance I've ever seen. But he was incredible live. But he sort of implemented different songs into some of his songs. So like he started playing the next episode, and then it transitioned into one of his own tracks, and it sort of became like almost kind of like a remix. But I feel if I was like, I produced a lot of my own stuff, so it's fine. I've always usually got the stems. Sometimes I don't have the best live performance mix because the guy who mixed it hasn't given me that version yet. But I would rather, for example, perform, say, my track We Ain't, which is like an old school hip hop track. I'd rather perform it on the beat of like Nas's Like, rather than perform it on like with the backing track. That's like my view on
I get
on that. But it's
I can't. It killed me. I don't know what it is like, because I know like when you like spin, like you know when the drops come in and when obviously when it quietens down, but I don't know. You don't know what's on that corner. If I'm checking on a beat that doesn't particularly fit it, I'm like, it might not fit. And like I know I've got like
practice
really
though,
bad. Yeah, I've got an attention span like a 10-year-old man. Like this is what made me move to funny music. When I was on stage doing all my like bloody Soundcloud rapper, serious music, all that like angry stuff, I realized that like I was just busting jokes while I was live. I was just busting jokes out every fight. I'm trying to make everyone laugh. That's just what I was doing. I was just my coping mechanism, make everyone laugh. If they're laughing at me, oh Jesus Christ, they can't laugh at me then during.
Yeah.
And then so I was doing that, and that made me realize I was like, well, it's not fitting the persona. So I started going on stage making jokes and then making this music. So I don't even know how to put it, man. Like, yeah, with online, with doing live performances now, man. To be honest, I'm not even looking forward to it, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh wow, damn! I love live performance. What I love, but I don't know how to put it, man.
It's the anxiety flow, man. I know that I know for a fact during my my bad times on like when I was in my SoundCloud phase, I was really bad on opiates. Like, do you know what I mean? I was really bad on Xanax and Valium and that. I pissed a lot of people off in the scene, and like I'm like literally ashamed to see some of them now. Like I am literally there, like I've got to go up to this person and be like, sorry about that, bro. Like it's hard work, man. So like that's more the performance. It's fun. It's good to like let it out, but it's the initial jump up of not getting on with anyone, getting on with anyone else anymore. Do you get me?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. So what's the plan then? Just sort of to wrap it up though. What's the plan for the future when it comes to releases and everything?
Oh well, I'm just gonna drop everything. Like for the next year, I'm gonna be just ramming it down every bastard's throat. Every month, you're gonna have something off me. Every month. Nice. Probably stuff in between, and then just that's it. Constant consistency, and then to be honest, I'm meant to be working with CL Brooks, but I keep on and on about that. And I just haven't got around to it yet. So I'm not very good at collabing, which sounds bad. I find it hard, like, to get me. I find the time getting off my own thing. But something from CL Brooks. We're meant to be dropping, me and Well Happen Boys are meant to be dropping a mixtape called Slob Life, and like dropping cassettes with that. So you can buy a cassette. You get a baseball card, like as a random pick of baseball cards between like me or one of the Well Happy guys, like Jeremy, a baseball card with us on it. A chewing gum, I'm pretty sure, like an old school bubble gum. And that's going to have stinking Slum Rock on it. So, and then I'm pretty sure there's a couple other big names on there. Like I'm not quoting the rest. I can't say anyone else. I'm not 100% sure, but quite a few like people from Bland, like Cult of the Damned and things like that. So that's good. I got collabs coming with Luke Strange, Slippery Trash Mouth. Well happy in general, to be honest, and then working on loads, to be honest, man. I'm not gonna lie, I can't even think of half the stuff I'm working on. I get a whiteboard and crying about it for about a month.
It's good to hear, man. But yeah, it's been good to hear from you anyway. So
yeah, and you, man.
Yeah, bless, man. So lots are coming. So that's Chrxn. So that's, for those who don't know, it's spelt
Chrxn.
Chrxn.
We kiss, we don't hug bitches.
There we go. So bless.